So this is the final ninth experiment, direct shear testing. So you're standing beside the equipment. Then you see that you have that shear box, right, which is having a plan area 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter. Height is around 5.5. So at the base you have a base plate, then you have a perforated plate that Sunij is showing. Right. And you will be using a dry sample. All right. So dry sample, so that plate above the base plate. Then you have this upper box, and then those shear pins connected. Then soil you'll be just filling all the way. But shear pins you have to couple both the parts, right? Then soil you'll be filling. Then this you'll be nominally compacting. It is always nominal if it is not specified. Then using this nominally you'll be compacting. Let's say you can keep some allowance at the top. Thickness of the, as per the thickness of the top plate given to you, right? Then you keep it like this, right? Then this goes at the top, that plate goes, and on top of it you have a thick plate. Usually on top of that there is a sphere also. So today Sonij is having the sphere also, so that you'll be keeping it like this. This then it goes in this, so this, you keep it here. All right. So here it is like this. Then this yoke goes on top of it, right? That lever is a mechanism. If it doesn't fit in exact, there are all those, things to make it exact, and it will fit in there, right? So you see that there is a mechanism there. So using this we are just going to. So you see finally it is like this, and this a back part of that device, it should touch this. हाँ, so see that it is touching. इसको थोड़ा point से बता दीजिए तो यहाँ पे ये नहीं उधर वो जो back part, back इधर, हाँ ये पूरा इधर it should be touching. That projection should be touching this, right? And it should be properly clamped, right? Then hanger, on the hanger load is kept. That load you can measure, but due to the lever mechanism, whatever, let's say 1 kilogram, if you're 1 kilogram if you're putting there, 1 into 5, due to the lever effect, 5 kilogram acts, and the area on which it is acting is 6 over 6, so 5 over 36, that is your kilogram per square of normal stress. For this, the corresponding failure shear stress, you'll be finding it like this, and it will be touching, right? So it will be touching. You see that Sonij is pointing it out, right? And then you can, that shear dial reading, you can make it 0, initialize, and each smallest corresponding calibration load value is available. So that you'll find out, and then you'll start, it is written there also. It will be there in the write-up also. Accordingly, you'll be preparing your lab reports. And 0. Then this forward he'll be keeping, right? So forward he'll be keeping, and this it will be moving. Right, and when it when it will be constant for some time, let us say 35 seconds or so, or start coming, returning, that is your failure. So that dial reading, let us say 17, 15, whatever you are getting, so 15 or 17 into calibration over 36 gives you the failure shear stress for that normal stress, right? Then you are supposed to stop. Stop is at the center, and forward is one side, reverse is on the other side. If required, you can reverse it, and then you can just dismantle, take out, and then second sample, again same sample you can take, increase the loads. 3-4 loads you can take, and for each increasing, so when you increase the normal load, failure shear load will also increase, and the corresponding stresses you can find out, and normal stress on the x-axis and failure shear stress on the y-axis, right? Those two, and straight line of best fit you will draw, manually you're drawing, and scale you can take same on the both axis, x as well as y axis. You take the same scale, 1 centimeter as 1 kilogram per square, or 1 kilogram per square, as per reading you are getting, right? But the same scale. And straight line you are drawing, that straight line either it should pass through the origin or intercept above the y axis. Manually you are drawing, so that much you can visualization you can do, right? So here it is like this, and intercept on the y-axis is the cohesion of the soil, inclination of the line is angle of internal friction. So these two parameters you're supposed to be determining. So that is the final experiment as per the handout.